Okay, last class discussed spot welding, atomic hydrogen welding, submerged arc welding. Okay. Okay. Tungsten inert gas welding, MIG welding, submerged arc welding, atomic hydrogen welding, spot welding. Okay, spot welding. Here is spot welding. Only certain point the welding process occurs. That type of welding is called as a spot welding. Okay, due to external force or external pressure, the in single point the welding produces. The type of welding is called as a spot welding. Here we can use it only AC power supply. Okay, along with AC power we can use it timer. Okay, timer we can use it. In timer we can set the time. Okay, next one seam welding. Okay, 1 second. Okay, seam welding. Here we are using two electrodes. The electrodes acts like a roller. Visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see here we are using two electrodes. The electrodes are acts like a rollers. Okay, both the electrodes are rotated in opposite in direction. In between the two electrodes rollers, you can introduce the both the pieces of material. Okay, see here. Here, due to external force or external pressure, both the metals are both the pieces are going to be rigidly joined. Okay, this particular joint is called as a overlapping spot weld. Okay, see here, due to external force or external pressure, okay, these two electrodes are rotated on the shaft. Okay, the shaft is rotated by means of some other external power. Okay, due to rotation of the both the electrodes. Okay, in between the both the electrodes you can introduce the both the pieces. Okay, this one piece, this one more piece. Okay, once you introduce in between the this particular electrode rollers, due to the external force or external pressure, okay, both the metals are going to be joined. Okay, here in between the roller as well as the workpiece, we can introduce some water. Okay, because of, okay, due to air rotation of this particular electrode, okay, and this one sliding or rolling on top surface of the material. Okay, due to that particular rolling, the maximum amount of friction is created. To avoid the heat and friction, we can introduce lubricant. Okay, here we are using water is the lubricant to reduce the friction and also reduce the heat between the electrode roller and workpiece material. Okay, here only due to external force or external pressure, okay, the both the materials are going to be weld. Okay, this particular joint is called as a overlapping. Okay, see here maximum amount of material is converted to liquid and joined both the pieces. Here only small material is converted to liquid, then both the pieces are joined. Okay, like sinusoidal wave. Okay, the type of formation, welded joint formation is present in between the both the pieces. Okay, this one front view of the welding process. Okay, once you check side view, this one side view. Here also same. In seam welding, we are using alternative current power supply. We can use it. Here one terminal is connected to the one end, one electrode roller. Another end of the terminal is connected to the lower electrode roller. Okay, here both the terminals are connected to the electrodes only. Okay, the workpiece, for workpiece there is no connection. Okay, due to rotation of these particular rollers, okay, the both the materials are going to be joined. Okay, this one consumable electrode or non-consumable electrode here in seam welding. Anybody, any idea? Here consumable electrode or non-consumable electrode? This one.
Non-consumable, sir.
Non-consumable electrode, because the electrode is acts like a roller. Okay, above and below the workpieces the rollers are rotated. Okay, in between the both the pieces there is no contact between electrode as well as the workpiece. Only a top surface and bottom surface of the workpieces or pieces the contact is present. Okay, here we are using non-consumable electrode, we can use it. Okay, see here in between both the pieces there is no contact between electrode as well as the workpiece material. Okay, due to uh, due to this particular condition, here both the pieces are contact are joined with each other because of due to external force or external pressure. Okay, due to external force or external pressure, this type of welding is called as a seam welding. Okay, here we can use alternative current. One terminal is connected to the top of the electrode roller. One more terminal is connected to the bottom of the roller. Okay, due to this particular power supply, AC power supply, the rollers are rotated, and this one non-consumable electrode. In seam welding we can use non-consumable electrode. Next one, resistance butt welding. Butt welding means what? How to connect both the pieces. Butt welding, lap welding, edge welding, corner welding, T-shape welding. Okay, here butt welding means how to joining both the pieces. Both the side surfaces of the workpieces we can join it. Okay, the type of welding is called as a butt welding. Okay, here resistance butt welding. Here we can use two pieces. Okay, by using electric power supply we can joining the both the pieces. Here this one transformer is supplies the power to the workpieces. See here one workpiece is rigidly fixed. This by using clamp. Okay, this one fixed workpiece. Okay, this one right side one is that one also workpiece. Okay, this one moving left to right or right to leftward direction. Okay, once you fix the both the workpieces, okay, due to this particular electric power supply, this particular movable workpiece or movable clamp is moving towards leftward direction or towards the fixed workpiece. Okay, due to this particular movement, okay, both are connected with each other. Due to external force or external pressure, both the pieces are rigidly joined. Okay, this type of welding is called as a resistance butt welding. Why this one called as a butt welding means this one piece side surface of the one piece contact with some other work piece. That's why this one called it as a butt welding. Okay, here in resistance butt welding, here we are not using any electrode. Okay, due to external force or external pressure, we are joining the both the pieces. Okay, without electrode, here both the pieces are rigidly joined. Okay, only in this condition we are not using any consumable or non-consumable electrode. Okay, due to external force or external pressure, the both the side surface of the pieces rigidly joined. In this resistance welding, one workpiece is rigidly fixed by using fixed clamp. Okay, you can fix the workpiece. One more side of the this one bed. Workpiece by using movable. Audible?
ಸರ್ ಇವಾಗ
Hello.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
Now, ಇವಾಗ okay?
ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳಿಸಿ.
Okay. The another workpiece is fixed right side of the bed. Okay, due to a movable plumb on top of the bed, this particular workpiece is moving left to right or right to leftward direction. Once this one is so movable workpiece is contact with fixed workpiece, due to this particular external force, both the pieces are rigidly joined. Okay, here we are not using any electrode, either consumable or non-consumable electrode. Okay, this type of welding is called as a butt welding. Next one, projection welding. Okay, projection welding also very important in all welding process. Depends upon the application and depends upon the material we are selecting the projection welding. Here also same. Here two different electrodes we can use. One electrode is fixed electrode, one more electrode is movable electrode. In resistance butt welding, only side surface of the components or workpiece we can join. That's why that one call it as a resistance butt welding. In this projection welding, see here, one of the top portion of the workpiece joined with one of the bottom surface of the workpiece. Okay, how to joining both the pieces? Okay, here see here, one workpiece, this one call it as a projection. Okay, the one more workpiece, see here, throughout the length of the top surface, that one equal dimensions throughout the length. So another workpiece, see here somewhere here the projection produced on top surface of the workpiece. Here also one more projection is present. Okay, some other point here. We are using two different electrodes. Okay, one is at bottom surface of the workpiece you can fix the one electrode. That electrode is called as a fixed electrode. Then on top of the fixed electrode you can place the one workpiece or one piece. Okay, that dimensions are equal throughout the length of the workpiece. On top of the workpiece you can place one more second workpiece. For that second workpiece, projections are present. See here, this one call it as a projection. Okay, on top of this second workpiece you can place the one more electrode. Okay, that electrode is called as a movable electrode. Okay, both here also same, both the terminals are connected movable electrode as well as the fixed electrode. Okay, these electrodes also non-consumable electrode. Only that one acts like a support. Okay, this one and movable electrode and fixed electrode acts like a support, but this we are using only electrodes. Okay, don't use any other materials. Okay, once the movable electrode is moving towards downward direction because of external force or external load. Once you apply the external force or external load, this particular movable electrode is moving towards downward direction. In that time, this particular projections are dig inside the secondary piece or secondary workpiece. Okay, due to this particular external force and external pressure, both the pieces are joined. See here in second diagram, this particular only in this particular point the welding is present. In this particular point the welding is present. It means only two different points, both the pieces are joined. This second one is completion of welding joint. Okay, that's why this one call it as a projection welding. Okay, because of one workpiece the projection is present. Okay, due to this particular projection only, this particular projections and this one two different projections are there. Okay, this particular radius and this particular radius is same. Okay, then only both the workpieces or both the pieces are rigidly joined. This particular radius is 10 mm. Example, this particular radius is 5 mm. In that time, this one completely dig inside this secondary workpiece. This one partially dig inside this particular secondary workpiece. In that time, small gap maintained between both the workpiece. To avoid that one, both the projections are equal radius. This one visible like a semi-circular. Okay, this one and this one visible like a semi-circular. Okay, once the radius of both the projections are equal radius, both projections are completely dig inside the secondary workpiece. In that time there is no gap between both first and secondary workpiece. In second figures, once you check here, both the workpiece completely joined along throughout the length of the pieces. Okay, that's why this one call it as a projection welding. In projection welding, we are using electrode, non-consumable electrodes are used. Here also same, either we can use AC or DC power supply. Both the terminals are connected, movable electrode and fixed electrode. And movable electrode, you can apply the force or pressure due to external force or external load. These projections are dig inside the secondary component or secondary body. Okay, due to this particular projection, both the pieces are completely joined. This particular welding process is called as a projection welding. Okay, here also same, we are using non-consumable electrode. Non-consumable electrode we are using. Only what is the main reason to select non-consumable means here there is no contact between the workpiece welding joint and electrode. Okay, that's why this one non-consumable electrode. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, next one, friction welding. Friction welding. Here also same, we are not using any electrode, either consumable or non-consumable electrodes are not using. Okay, by using workpiece or two workpieces, we can join rigidly joined. Okay, the type of joint is called as a friction welding. Here see here one workpiece is rigidly, okay, you know already lathe machine, right? Okay, left side one, that one call it as a edge stock. One more side tail stock is there. Edge stock always rotated either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, inside the edge stock one check is there. Inside the check you can fix the workpiece. Okay, depends upon the diameter, you can open the check by using check key. Once you workpiece is insert inside the check, okay, by using check key you can tight the check. Okay, that one rigidly fixed. Okay, here different types of checks are there. Okay, either 3-jaw check or 4-jaw check. Okay, for 3-jaw check is used for cylindrical components. 4-jaw check is used for either rectangular or square type of component. Suppose both the workpieces are cylindrical workpieces, in that time you can use 3-jaw check. Suppose this one and secondary workpieces are square or rectangular, in that time you can use 4-jaw check. Okay, depends upon the square or rectangular or circular cross section, you can select the check. Okay, for square and rectangle 4-jaw check only. Only circular you can use 3-jaw check. That particular check is rigidly fixed for fixed inside the edge stock. Okay, this one rotated either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, but entire edge stock is rigidly fixed on top of the base or bed. Here one more side is there, on top of the base one movable part is there. Okay, in lathe machine also the edge stock is moving left to right or right to leftward direction. But here in this particular friction welding, right side of the movable part, we are using some piston and cylinder arrangement. Because of this particular movable part is moving left to right or right to leftward direction. So the piston is moving near the or left side of the cylinder, the entire part is moving towards the leftward direction. The piston is moving right of the cylinder, the entire part component is moving towards rightward direction. One more workpiece is fixed inside the movable component or movable part. Okay, by using clamp, that one rigidly fixed. Here both the, okay, this one also rotated. This one moving left to rightward direction. Why this one call it as a fixed and this one movable part? This one rotated, right? Rotated along 360-degree revolution, either clock or anti-clockwise direction. This one not rotated any direction, but This one moving left to right or right to leftward direction by means of piston and cylinder. Okay, with this one fixed member and this one movable member. Why? Audible?
Sir, it is not moving, sir. It is only rotating.
Oh, okay. This headstock is rotated either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. There is no movement either right or leftward direction. Only this particular part, right side part, is moving left to right or right to leftward direction. That's why this one call it as a movable part and this one fixed part. Only rotation movement. Once switch on the motor, this particular motor headstock is rotated by means of external motor. Okay, depends upon the material and depends upon the joint. You can select the speed by means of gears. In lathe machine also same. You can change the speed of the headstock. Okay, depends upon the operation. You can change the speed of the headstock. Here also same. Depends upon the workpiece and depends upon the, suppose the diameter of the component is very less. In that time you go for less speed. Suppose the diameter of the component is very large. In that time you go for larger speed. Okay, I will explain why you can select a lower speed in smaller diameter, higher speed in larger diameter. Once this one rotated in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, the movable part is moving towards leftward direction. Once contact between this first and second workpiece, due to this particular rotation, the friction is created between the both the part 1 and part 2. Due to this particular friction, small amount or sometimes depends upon the speed. Okay, maximum amount of heat is generated. Okay, due to this particular heat, both the pieces are rigidly joined. Okay, why you can select a lower speed for smaller diameter means once the workpiece diameter, example 10 mm, in that time you can select 200 rpm or 300 rpm, because you can select the maximum speed. In that time the particular workpiece is rotated in higher speed. Once both the workpieces are contact with each other, in that time due to this particular higher speed, maximum amount of friction and maximum amount of heat is generated. In that time, because of lower diameter or a smaller diameter, the material is converted to solid to liquid. Okay, that is the main reason. Smaller diameter you can select lower speed. To go for higher diameter or larger diameter, you can select high speed. Okay, once both the workpieces are contact with each other, due to this particular rotation moment, the friction is created between the both the workpiece. Due to this particular friction, heat is generated. Okay, due to that heat, both the workpieces are joined. See here in the second figure, this one left side workpiece is rotated either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. In right side workpiece or second workpiece, you can apply the force. Okay, once you apply the force on the movable part, okay, due to this particular external force and due to this particular rotation, okay, both are contact with each other, are joined with each other. Okay, that's why this one called it as a friction welding. Okay, here both the friction is created in between the both the workpiece. Okay, due to this particular friction, heat is generated. Once heat is generated, right side of the component you can apply the force or pressure. Okay, due to this external force and pressure and along with heat, both the pieces are rigidly joined. Okay, see here in second diagram, this one rotary motion, this one axial force. Okay, due to rotary motion and axial force, both the workpieces are rigidly fixed. Any doubts? Okay, here also same. We are not using any consumable or non-consumable electrodes. Okay, due to external force and due to friction only, both the pieces are joined. Okay, this type of welding process is called as a friction welding. Okay. Friction welding. Okay, next class I will explain explosive welding and laser beam welding. Then one more method is there. Okay, next class I will explain. Okay, one topic is there. Different you go for this one by using electric power. You can generate the heat, and due to that particular heat, the sometimes we are using electrode, sometimes we are using some gas. Okay, due to that particular gas mixture and heat, combustion takes place between the any cylinder. That particular combustion is introduced near the welding spot or welding point. Due to that particular liquid material, both the parts are both the pieces are rigidly joined. Okay, you go for gas welding. Okay, due to that in gas welding we are not using any power. Okay, either AC or DC power. By using gas only, the welding joint is performed. Okay, that type of welding is called as a gas welding. In gas welding, okay, one side of the pipe or house pipe connected to cylinder, another end of the pipe connected one nozzle. Okay, now the diameter of the nozzle is very very small. Okay, once diameter of the nozzle is very very small, high pressure gas is coming out from that particular nozzle. Okay, due to that particular high pressure gas, okay, the after coming out from nozzle, okay, that one completely burn. Okay, in that time some different flames are produced. Okay, flames are produced in that particular burnt gas. Okay, here different types of flames are there. Okay, these flames are produced in gas welding only. Okay, this one neutral gas. Okay, three different flames are there. Okay, neutral flame, oxidizing flame, carburizing or reducing flame. Okay, in neutral flame, see here, this one color is there, one more color, this one blue color is there. Two different colors are present in neutral flame. Okay, this one nozzle, once the gas is coming out from nozzle tip, okay, due to external any spark, the gas is completely burned. Okay, that particular flame is called as a neutral flame. Okay, here this one red color indicates inner cone. Okay, this particular temperature 300 degree Celsius. Okay, that is the temperature of inner cone. Okay, once this one completely burns the external gas, this exactly center of the nozzle, that red color, that one inner cone, this temperature is 3300 degree Celsius. Surrounding the inner cone, one more color is there, that one blue color. That particular temperature around 1260 degree Celsius. Okay, that particular flame is called as a outer envelope. Okay, this one here only the gas is completely burned. Okay, within here this particular point to this particular point, the temperature is reduced. What is the main reason? Okay, this one entire, this one is called as a combustion. Combustion means the compressed gas is coming out from this particular nozzle. Due to external spark, the compressed gas is completely burned. Okay, in that exactly center, that one inner cone temperature is around 3300 degree Celsius. Okay, this envelope, outer envelope temperature is around 1260 degree Celsius. Okay, year to year, what is the so much difference of temperature is present? What is the main reason?
So because the concentration of gas is less on the outer side.
Gas, okay, that one more reason. One more reason, due to external atmospheric temperature. Okay, the year 3300 degree Celsius is there. Okay, this one atmospheric temperature or atmospheric pressure is present. Okay, due to atmospheric temperature, this one entire envelope, outer envelope is cooled due to external air. Okay, that is the main reason the temperature is decreased along the length of the combustion. Okay, here maximum amount of gas is present near the nozzle. Due to maximum amount of gas completely burn. Okay, once this one completely burn, maximum amount of heat or temperature is produced. It is generated near the zone or near the nozzle tip. Once this one distributed throughout this particular point, in that time due to external force or external air, this one cooled. Okay, that's why this particular temperature is reduced from this particular point to here. Okay, see here 3300 to 1260, that much of temperature is reduced. Okay, within short time and within less dimensions. Okay, this type of flames are called as a neutral flame. In neutral flame, two zones are there. First one is inner cone, second one is outer envelope. In inner cone, temperature is around 3300 degrees Celsius. Outer envelope temperature is around 1260 Celsius degree Celsius. Okay, that much of temperature is present. Okay, the type of flames are called as a neutral flame. Next one, oxidizing flame. In oxidizing flame also two different flames are there. Okay, this here, this one one flame, this one more flame. Okay, first this one red flame is called as the inner cone. That one see here, exactly end of the inner cone, one like a triangle, this one visible like a triangle. Okay, end of the inner cone visible like a point. In see here, this one visible like a cone shape. Okay, this particular point temperature around 3500 degrees centigrade, and around this one outer envelope, this outer envelope completely covers the inner cone. Okay, this one blue color colored as an outer envelope, red color indicates inner cone or pointed. Okay, here also same, this particular inner cone temperature is 3500 degrees Celsius, and this particular envelope temperature is 1500 to 1600 degree Celsius. See here, you compare to this one outer in this one envelope, this one also outer envelope. Okay, see here, small and narrow shape is present. End of the envelope, outer envelope, small and narrow shape is present compared to this one. Okay, these particular dimensions are very less. Okay, see here, exactly here maximum dimensions are present compared to the oxidizing flame. Okay, here temperature is 3300 for inner cone, 1260 for outer flame. In oxidizing flame, the inner cone temperature is 3500 degrees Celsius, then outer envelope temperature is 1500 to 1600 degrees Celsius. Okay, the dimensions also very less compared to neutral flame. Next, last one, reducing flame or carburizing flame. In this particular reducing or carburizing flame, three different points are there. Okay, this one bright luminous inner cone. See here, this one yellow color indicates bright luminous inner cone. Next, red color indicates acetylene feather. Next, last one blue envelope or envelope, outer envelope. Okay, here three different flames are there. One is bright, one more is acetylene feather, last one is outer envelope. Okay, this type of flames are called as a reducing flame or carburizing flame. Okay, in neutral flame and oxidizing flame, only two flames are there. Okay, inner one and outer envelope. In reducing flame, three different flames are there. First, near the nozzle, that one high pressure or compressed gas is in beginning completely burn. Okay, here along once this one combustion takes place, along with this particular combustion, some other amount of gas is added to this particular combustion. Further, this particular temperature is increased. Okay, that flame is called as a acetylene feather. Okay, compared to red, okay, this one very less in temperature. Bright luminous inner cone temperature is very less compared to this particular red flame. Then due to atmospheric air, this one blue envelope flame is reduce their temperature. Okay, here three different flames are there. Okay, first one is yellow, red, and blue. Okay, why this one less temperature compared to acetylene feather? Why this one near the this one bright luminous cone, inner cone is present near the nozzle tip only compared to red. Okay, but temperature is very less compared to this one red flame. What is the main reason? Anybody? What is the main reason? This particular temperature is less than this particular acetylene feather. Okay, because in beginning small amount of gas is coming out from nozzle. Okay, the compressed gas is coming out from nozzle tip. Okay, due to external of gas is burnt. In that time only small amount of heat is generated. Okay, further this particular combustion takes place near the nozzle tip. For this particular combustion, some other compressed gas is added to this particular combustion. In that time maximum amount of heat is generated. See here, this particular color, red color indicates high temperature. Then again this particular high temperature atmospheric air. That is the main reason this particular temperature is less than this particular red temperature or red flame. Any doubts in this one? Flames? Neutral flame, oxidizing flame, carburizing or reducing flame. In neutral and oxidizing flame, only two different flames are there, inner and outer envelope. In reducing flame, three different flames are there, bright luminous inner cone, then oxyacetylene feather, then blue envelope. Okay, in neutral and oxidizing flame, near the nozzle tip maximum amount of heat is present. Here reducing flame, near the nozzle tip small amount of heat is there compared to middle flame. Then any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, this particular temperatures, okay, depends upon the pressure of gas. The temperature is increased or decreased. You can supply the low pressure gas, okay, the temperature is decreased. You can supply the high pressure gas, the temperature is increased in all three flames. Any doubts means you can ask.
No doubt, sir.
Others? Okay.